Hmm. Setting it up. It looks like it's gonna go live. So you guys, just so you
Hey
know.
Stacy, do you have is there a PDF of like 1 or 2 pages of DMO Planner on your website?
Setting it up. It looks like it's gonna go live.
Or is that like a private thing?
Just so you
Hey
know.
Stacy, do you have
Yep.
a
Sorry.
is there a PDF?
Yes, I think so. It just on the home page. I know I did at one point,
Yeah, I remember. Okay, I'll check for it.
but if not, let me know and I can text them to you.
Okay. I'm setting up a Notion template for a few people that want to use something and they don't want to use Teamsy. And so you can do the free version of Notion, but I'd like to align it with the DMO planner as much as I can so that there's some consistency, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, let me know if because well, those won't be PDFs. Those would just be images. So if you need a PDF, I'll
No,
have
I'll
to,
just look at it. I mean, I'm not going to be able to recreate it. It's not that graphic, but I just want the workflow to kind of make sense with DMO planner.
yeah.
Okay, so we are live on YouTube. So maybe we'll do
Oh,
that because we used to be able to go into Facebook. So now maybe somebody will get a notification that we are live. Check your emails and see.
I
And maybe
think I can go
you
to
join.
your, can I share the live into
Oh,
Facebook? I'm gonna try that.
there you go. I'm trying to work around because people used to really come on or they would listen on Facebook, and we've kind of lost that over time. Now, just so you know, Doug's sending out the newsletter too, so it has a prompt to join 12 o'clock lunch and learn, but it's not just the lunch and learn. It has all the flyers and it has all the announcements. So hopefully you guys are getting that. Did everybody receive that from Doug's broadcast? Okay, good, good, good. There are some really good events this week. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. And then I would love to hear what you guys did over the past weekend for your business, because I know you probably did a lot, most of
Hey
you.
Sharon, are you streaming the Team Transformers or Sharon?
Team Transformers,
Huh.
you can do it.
I can't even see it there.
No, she's streaming into YouTube.
Yeah,
That's what
YouTube.
she couldn't figure out how to get it
Yeah,
into.
I just wondered which account.
Yeah, YouTube Team
Well,
Transformers. It said I picked.
huh. Oh, view your channel. Okay.
Okay. So
Yep.
here's all right. So we're gearing up for the reset. Can anybody maybe Stacy would be best because she's on a committee. I'm not sure if you guys are going over this. The reset. Are you like on that committee, Stace?
I'm the leadership council, but I do know that it will be in June. So the reset offer is in May. So people can buy their products and be ready to do the reset in June.
Okay, so that's I think when it first came out, I didn't know we were doing the reset in June. I changed the cover photo and everything. I'm like, all right, I guess something's happening. But so all of our conversations can be, let's get you ready for May. I really feel like the most benefit of all the reset is the trio blend and the shake twice a day. So I love that they have that, and then they have the Luminate to keep everybody going, right? Just make everybody happy and energized and all that good stuff. So 2 free boxes of Luminate, which also, I don't know if I noticed wrong, but the subscription price is the price we had before. Or is that right, Stace? And now the non-subscription price looks like it's higher. That's what you noticed, Melissa? Okay, so pretty much order on subscription. So now when I send somebody about Luminate, I just say, I've picked out for you the best price, 30 servings and subscription, but you can change that around, however you want. I hope that's correct. But that's what I would say. Anyway, Luminate is worth like $73 or something like that. And the shake is worth around $42. So it's $127 benefit to them. 2 boxes of Illuminate and a bag of shake, either vanilla or chocolate. And those numbers might be a little off, but around that. Okay, so we're trying to get people ready for the reset guidelines that are going to come out. This week we have the actual for prospects event. Let me find it for you.
The guidelines are already out. We have the guidelines.
Yes, we have the guidelines. Oh, I don't think the Zoom for the, oh, I guess this is it. There's a better one that has Mitra Ray on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know where that flyer is, but that's in Voxer for sure. The flyer that has Mitra Ray, anytime she's on there, most likely it's gonna be a health event. So it's a health event for your prospects, okay? This Thursday night at 8 Eastern. Okay, and then the 22nd, there's going to be a training for all of
It's
us.
you put it in your Voxer on Team Transformers.
Yeah. The better flyers on Voxer, okay? But let's look at what else is happening. So you guys are on the Lunch and Learn, yay, awesome. Glad you guys are here. I feel like it just helps everybody keep on track, helps us to have community. The goal of the Lunch and Learn was for everybody to share what they're doing. Like as if we're sitting at a lunch somewhere and we're like, oh, what are you doing about this? What are you doing about this? So be ready to contribute. Tonight on the Keep Punching University Zoom, how many of you love Terry Luongo? I mean, she is a superstar. So anytime she talks, you want to listen. She's
Mhm.
going to be on tonight at 5:50 p.m. Central. So that's 6:50 p.m., which is almost 7.
They don't record those either.
They don't?
No.
Okay. So
Get
she
'em.
really is very good. If you can set your alarm to that, mine is set every Monday for that time because I know those calls are really good. And then Tuesday, this is with Dr. Michael Ewald, and he is hosting Dr. Wanda Terrell. I got this out of your group, Nalani, Donna Turner and Henry Lee, and it's insights on diet and lifestyle's impact on minority communities. So that flyer is in Team Transformers, but also, I mean, Facebook and Voxer. And then Heart Health Thursday night. So there's
He doesn't record either.
Right.
no,
So Dr. Ewald does not record.
most people are not going to record. It's just they want to be free to say whatever they want and not have a recording come back to haunt them if they said something wrong. Okay.
And also,
I
we
mean,
do it often. We do it often enough to say, well, if you
Right.
miss the last one, you'll catch this one. Yeah.
True. Yeah, that's true. And so, but because they want to make sure they say help with and don't use absolute terms of it, it did this, so it's good. They're trying to be careful. And then Heart Health Matters with Carol Garner and Nurse Rhonda Brown. ADHD with Dr. Valerie Miles. So these are Thursday. Okay,
Oh,
7 and
Thursday.
9. And then 8, wow, 7, 8, 9, Thursday, the reset. So 7 o'clock is heart, 8 is reset, and 9 is ADHD. So you could have a collage. If somebody wants to volunteer to make a collage, that'd be awesome. With those 3 events Thursday night, they could choose which ones. Oh my goodness, there's another one. Manage Our Stress by Lusanne Fowler. Now I noticed she's doing this in home also, so she's probably very good at this. In Orlando, she does it, managing stress. So that might stress you out. There's 4 events. So manage your stress. But there's 4 events Thursday night. And what was the other one? The other one was tonight and Tuesday night. Nothing Wednesday night. Okay. All right. And then team shout out to Christy Gonzalez. She made QSC within 30 days. So we definitely want to hear from Stacy as to how she did that. And I think she has a distributor under her who made it to Partner Plus, Lena, and also Raina Yarvik. Yay! I'm so excited about that. She made it to Partner Plus as well. Let's see. Bob
Hey,
Hyde.
Sharon.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. Finish up with this, and then before you go to something else, let me ask you something. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'll go to you on this AI exercise you can mention. But Bob Heilig says focus on the why, not the how. Lead with passion to attract like-minded individuals who resonate with your vision. I like that. Okay, go ahead, Dougie.
Well, the AI exercise, that's a new thing I'm putting into the newsletter each week, just to give ideas for you guys of how you might use AI, because I hear things about how people use it, and it's always like so basic. You could go a little deeper by doing something like, if you were to just take, like, let's say you're going to focus on the heart health event, copy the whole event, load it up into whatever AI you like to use. Might even want to put the whole poster up in there. And then I think I put a prompt there. Yeah, I said, how can I effectively promote this event to engage both current customers and potential team members? And if you do that, it's going to give you something. It's going to give you something pretty
Do
good.
you want me to
I'll do it real
do it while
quick.
you walk me through it?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, I'm gonna copy this,
So yeah, copy that.
that.
But you have to copy the event too. So I tested this yesterday. Just copy before you. Okay.
I'm gonna go into my notes, I'll put it there. Go ahead.
Okay, that's good. Yeah. And then copy whatever event you want to pretend
Okay.
you're going to use it
Which
for.
one are we the most excited about, guys?
Just go up. Don't do the poster. It's not a shirt thing.
Oh,
Pick one. Heart health matters.
okay.
Okay.
All right, so I've
I
got
was
my,
saying reset 25, but he couldn't hear me because I was.
oh,
muted.
sorry.
That's okay.
All right, we're gonna copy this and then he's gonna tell me which thing to go into because I have a number of them.
You do? I'm so proud of you. Don't use just use ChatGPT. You don't need to use mine.
Okay.
Do you have Grok and all the other ones?
No, I'm just saying
Okay.
like all these things you've sent me. So this one?
Yeah, just use your straight up ChatGPT and then we'll try the custom one and see if it's different.
Okay, so it has the health heart matters and it has the question. I love ChatGPT and all
And it's just going to give you ideas,
Hey Google, stop. Okay, so it says, that's cool. Did you know your heart sends over 2,000 gallons of blood through your body every day? What are you sending it in return? That's
Ah.
Your heart works 24/7 to keep you alive. This event will show you simple, natural ways to give back. Join us as Carol Garner and Rhonda Brown, our PhD, share how real food and smart choices can protect your most vital organ. That's awesome. And then if you wanted to offer the opportunity, want to not only protect your heart, but help others do the same, learn how these conversations can open doors. Okay, strategic actions, create 2 invite versions, customer version or prospect version. Focus on heart health, energy, blah, blah, blah. Post ideas. Do you do anything daily to support your heart health? Yes/not yet.
Here we go. This is what I wanted, the text message template.
Okay, down here. Hey, Dougie, thought of you. We're doing a super impactful Zoom on heart health this Thursday with powerful info that could really benefit you or someone you love. Want me to save you a spot, morning or evening option? Is that right? Is there a morning or evening?
Yeah, they're doing both.
Okay.
Yeah,
And then
that's pretty good. Transition tip below.
after the event, post a reflection message that bridges the conversation. Wow, after hearing Carol and Rhonda, I'm even more convinced this mission matters. It's not just about heart health, it's about having a heart for people. If you're feeling called to serve others while growing yourself, message me. Would you like
By
a
the way,
graphic or real script?
whenever you hear Chappie, I don't know why it keeps doing that. It asks to make you a graphic, or it'll say like, "Would you like me to make a Word doc for you to download?" It doesn't work. It never works. It's not even a capability. But Sharon, if you go back to your original thing up above,
Yeah.
copy that, go down to the bottom of the gray box and just hit the copy button. Your gray box. There.
There it is. Okay.
Okay, now switch over to J plus GPT.
Okay.
And this is basically the custom one I have in my thing, but this is on ChatGPT. Paste it there and let's see how it does differently. Should be more Juice Plus specific, although you've used yours quite a bit, and I think I've trained yours a little.
Okay, let's see.
So you're able to go to J plus GPT from there. You don't have to put in a URL.
No, this is not the thing you're in my beta test for.
Gotcha.
How do we get into your beta test?
It's kind of closed for now, but if you're in the digital collective, the DigiCo group, I'm definitely still posting about it in there. It'll open up pretty soon. Send me a message, Jana. I can get you in there. Do you use it a little bit already, ChatGPT?
Yes, I was in a 2.5 day workshop
With Heilig?
with Brandon Barber this past weekend. All
Hmm.
day, Thursday evening, all day Friday, all day Saturday, and they talked a lot about Chat GPT and doing things and creating your offer and your stack and your funnels and your stuff like that. And so I thought that it would be good for me to know some more about this, specifically Juice Plus related. Although most of the people in my training, I mean, this is a 6-month training. Most of the people in my training were Juice Plus people.
Hmm.
A lot of them under Terry Luongo.
I like this one. We're doing a heart health session Thursday with some of the women who inspired me to join Juice Plus. It's a great way to see what we're all about, no pressure. Well, I like to always just say I've learned a lot from these people or an event like this. Maybe not exactly like this, but I like the way it refers to I've already learned from these
Well,
people.
whenever you figure out what you're going to actually use out of the response, so Sharon, you should write next down there, give me 4 more direct message options.
Give me one more direct text message.
And then, you know, you
Yeah.
start to figure out what you like.
If heart health is on your radar, sometimes that is on somebody's radar. Okay.
All right. Well, that's good. We don't need to spend more time on this. What I was going to ask you to maybe discuss with everybody, and for the people that are watching the live stream, is you went over all those events that are happening this week.
Yes.
Everybody on here are business builders and have experience, and we kind of take it for granted, like we know what to do with the information. Like, can we maybe talk about like how do we even use these events? And I know it might seem obvious to some of us, but I think it would really help people to have like a little panel discussion about that.
I think the first thing, if I want to make sure I'm home those nights and make columns of each event, because like I would send the heart health to somebody different, maybe, well, maybe the same person as the diversity one Tuesday night and the heart health, that the person I thought of immediately needs both. But then there's the ADHD that might be like moms. So I would have 4 different columns on
On
a
a
page.
piece of paper or something?
Yeah. And that's kind of what I did for the wellness brunch. I just, I like
I
to.
remember when before I was doing the business, but you were doing the business. This is before like even social media existed, I think. I
And
remember
flyers.
so yeah, Sharon would print out flyers. So she would have a stack of flyers and then
Yeah.
she would have them in her car all the time, like, and she would have a bag of flyers, she'd be whipping flyers out to people. But there was always one like on your desk. And on the back of it, you would write down all the names of the people you invited to that event.
That's a good idea too, to print the
Which is
flyer and have on the back who all you're inviting, because I do lose track. I invite whoever I'm running into and things. Go ahead.
so you could have like you could do it on the flyer, or you could just make sure you label your piece of paper, like Sharon said, like a column for each event that you're inviting to that week. If you're using something like a spreadsheet or Teamsy or something like that, you could always have a tag of the event. That way you could pull up just the list of that event and things.
I'll
Absolutely.
tell you how, yeah, I used to do the flyer and write down everybody's name, but now I put it into the calendar for actually when it is. So like if it's a Zoom, I put it in for, 8 p.m., whatever. And then in the description, I just start adding everybody's name.
Oh, that's nice.
I've done that.
And then I can even go back like weeks later to be like, who didn't I follow up? And it's in there.
So I'll show you what she's saying. Hold on.
Because then I can also put in there, they can't make it, send them the recording or follow up
If
with
we
them.
were having a whatever tonight, let's say heart health tonight, then as you're confirming, then you're putting who is coming,
Correct.
but not the people you're inviting.
No, that would be too many. I only put the people that have said, maybe or yes. or they can't make it, and then do you have a recording? And then if the event is recorded, I can send it to them. If it's not, then I find something similar, you know.
Sharon, so you're doing it in the title. Go and click on the event itself, and there'll be a notes section.
Yeah, I know there's a notes section, but she's saying this is gonna just show her right away. Which
So
I
you
have.
put it right in the title, Karen?
No. I put it in the description. When you open, I don't put it where you can see it right away. I open that up.
Sorry, trying to open it.
Well, this is Mac. So just type right there where it says add notes or URL.
There it is. Okay.
Right. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can add all your people you invited too, Mary and Beth, whoever.
And you know,
That's cool, Karen.
I wouldn't be true to myself if I didn't push back on that method a little bit.
Hmm.
Because as you think of overall organization in your life, that's still the same as having a sticky note and you don't know where that's sticky. At least you know where the sticky note is because it's on the date, but it's still not going to have a correlation. Like I know, Karen, you also use a spreadsheet for live events. And when
I
you
don't
have
do the spreadsheet anymore because then I got to come back to my computer and do it. But I have these. So if somebody's really serious, then I've filled out a piece of paper for like a bunch of prospects, and then I write down on there, and then I actually put it in my calendar to follow up with them again later. So it might be a lot of steps, but that's what works for me.
yeah. I would always encourage, and I'm not pushing back against, whatever works for you. If it really works for you, then that's good. But if you're looking for a new system or a way to stay organized, if you can do it in a way where you're able to pull that up later, like let's say Susie Smith, I invited to the event tonight. She doesn't show up, but now I have a live event Saturday. I can still pull up my list of people that I've ever invited all in one place if I have it in an electronic version. So then that makes it easy to organize all of your contacts in one place, whether that's a spreadsheet in Notion, in Teamsy,
So I
in
think that's
Close.
a list, right? So we have a list probably electronically. Do you have a list electronically, Karen?
I mean,
Spread-
I've got all of these people on paper in Project Broadcast as well.
Yeah,
And
Project
then
Broadcast would
when it
work with
comes to
tags.
an
Yeah.
event, we go to our list or our text or our messages.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a perfect system by any stretch. I forget people all the time. So, you know.
Yeah.
Cool. So basically, we choose an event we want to invite to. And it's just like sharing videos. You would share the event that you're excited about or meets the need of a certain person and then you send out messages to people inviting them to the event. Of course, if they say they're going to come, you want to make sure you put a special star next to their name or something. And then the day of the event, you're going to want to send back another reminder that the event's happening. Maybe send a clickable link to the Zoom so that they can easily join the Zoom. And that way, because you have a list, you'll also easily be able to follow up the next day and say, hey, how'd you like the Zoom? That's basically how we do it. Does anybody have any other tips or things they do when it comes to those lists of events? What percentage of your business are those live Zooms, everybody? I'm curious.
At least 85% of my business, at least maybe 90.
I love that. I love that because I was just talking to Sharon. Like Sharon and I aren't huge Zoom event people. We run a lot of Zooms, but most of our customers and team and everything comes from local events.
Mhm.
We like live events, but
Yeah.
I wish I was better at inviting for Zoom events and stuff because
And
I love.
I want to be better at having live ones.
I know. I mean, I love doing Zoom events, but I always end up doing it and have nobody there. I got to get
But
better. I guess it's a
we
skill.
also have to remember that when we do send those flyers for all those different events, it shows that we are doing more than just selling some pills, right? That we are talking about, we have doctors that are talking about ADHD or all the different things, or we have a plan for them if we tell them about the reset. So not everybody's going to come, but it's a way to have another conversation. So, even though the people didn't all come, this is my list for the wellness brunch this weekend, which didn't have that many people come, trust me. And so even though not everybody came, that is just one little piece of conversation, which leads to the next. One lady I reached out to, she actually said, no, I can't come this weekend, I'm moving, but I want you and your husband to come host a sourdough party at my house. I didn't tell you that big news, but that was nice. And she showed me a picture of her new kitchen. So every one of the people that respond have something going on. Another one that was supposed to come wants to know when the next one is, that always happens. So it continues conversation, whether they come or not.
Mhm. Okay,
Uh,
so Melissa was asking, how do I invite and keep people interested for a Zoom? And I use my newsletter. And what I have found is, well, I tell them, I have a monthly newsletter that goes out, and I also send them reminders 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And what I have found is that when you just tell them in advance, even if it's 2 or 3 days in advance, I don't get uh, as much activity as when I send it out 5 minutes before, 10 minutes before, as a reminder, we get many more people that show up. Just because it's going out 5 or 10 minutes before. Usually it was exactly 10 minutes before. Now lately I've been making it 15 minutes before, but something like that. It seems to get more traction.
And how do you send it out? I know you use email sometimes.
My newsletter, Constant Contact.
Constant contact, okay.
Mhm.
I believe that's true. I remember always hearing invite to the 11th hour, meaning right up to the point of the event. Also people are busy. Like even I was just busy doing something and almost missed, I think it was the 8 o'clock or the 12
Mhm.
or the 9 o'clock. We had a few Zooms today. So I was like, oh my gosh, how could I have almost been so distracted? But you get
It
distracted with other
happens.
things. Or sometimes people are like cooking dinner and they forget to come. It's like these weird things happen, and it's up to us to keep the ball in our court by reminding them.
Right.
So a few times, I remember an example I used to always give, so I'll give it now. Like say I'm meeting Stacy, who just came back. Yay, Stacy, because we want to hear from you. Say we're meeting at the movie theater this Saturday, right? So we wouldn't just have one conversation. We would talk about, hey, okay, let's meet at the movie theater. It'd be back and forth, which movie, which time, and which place and all that. And then as it gets closer, hey, you still good for Saturday? Right? You would do that. And I'm leaving now. Don't forget your sweater, it's gonna be freezing, or hey, are we getting popcorn? Like there's gonna be things to make it a real event. If we just put it out there and it's not like a real event that we're meeting on, it's not going to do it. So I love that you reminded me of that, Nalani. I think that's really, really good. Okay, Stace, let's hear how your girl got to QSC in 30 days.
Yeah, less than 30 days. I'm trying to think what she first came to. Oh, I met her at a booth that I did where I was selling the dolls, and I always have the Juice Plus there. And she sings at our church, so she knew Ansley, but I had never talked to her. And then they came by, and she was familiar with it. Somebody told her about it probably 5 years ago in our area, but that person's not a partner anymore. And so then, and they had just briefly talked. I don't even think that person was a partner at the time. So I got her information, sent her a couple of messages, and then invited her to an event that I was doing at my home. It was a watch party. She came, and um, I'm pretty sure there's a lot going on in our life right now. I don't remember exact details, but I'm pretty sure she came to an event, and then she wanted to order. So I said, I would love for you to, if you're ordering these things, do you have anyone else in mind? Because she was talking about her daughter, her sister, that sort of thing. So then she decided she would become a partner that night. then her sister was coming into town a couple of days later. And so we did another presentation that I just put on the books because her sister could come and was in town. And then we did another presentation, and she had her sister's husband, and her daughter came. And so they all ordered. We spent some time together at a women's retreat, and she just kept getting orders. And it was like, I would look in the office and they weren't just ordering one thing, they were ordering the quad and shakes. And like, she ordered all of those things. So then they were ordering those things because she was excited about it. And then her sister that had come, she became a partner. So that was her partner plus. I mean, I looked, her sister had placed 2 healthy starts and 2 omega orders on one order. It was like over $1,000 for, I mean, over 1,000 points. And I was like, oh my gosh, like we needed her husband to be the separated, but like they were just like, it was that whole make a mess campaign. We had to clean some things up as best we could, but I mean, you can only do what you need to do. And then we needed another customer name, so we got another order under her sister, and it was another one of their sisters, so she had the customer names that she needed. But yeah, the beauty is when you get a partner that's got life skills and people love her, her parent or her family loves her, they trust her, and she's already been into health and nutrition. There's not a lot you have to do with those partners other than just trying to redirect them correctly with the office and how to put orders in right. And then just looking at the numbers to make sure she had it. It wouldn't have happened just exactly on her own because she needed that partner plus. And I know what the structure needs to be. So then I'm looking at it and can help her. So that's key for getting QSC, is you need to know what the requirements are so you could be watching that to help them along. But helping them think, who else could we share this with, doing a couple of events with her. Yeah.
What kind of events? I'm sorry, did you do live?
Yeah, in person here at my house, the one that she came to, and then the one she brought her sister to. So we did a watch party and watched.
Wendy Campbell?
Nope, I don't even remember. I could go back through and
That's
see if I
okay.
could figure it
That's
out.
okay.
But we did dinner, always cook dinner because people will come for that. It's not that big of a deal to put some chicken in a crock pot and some toppings for tacos, and you'll get more people that come. But yeah, she's really fun. And so I gave her a little gift at church yesterday and said, I want to get together with you either tonight or tomorrow. I need to check back in with her because I want her to know what she needs next for QSC, help her get. And she said, oh yeah, and I need to get registered for the boot camp in June. So she's thinking about that as well. And I would love to help Lena get to QSC. She lives in a different town and has a whole different circle of people, but that's not going to happen without us as the upline directing them of what to do next. Like, they don't know. Promotions often honestly don't happen without the upline's involvement. Even though she got a ton of orders, they still need our help to make sure it's all correct and that sort of thing. So
Yeah, once you have somebody that's putting in that many orders, you are on top of it.
right.
You're like, yes, keep going, this is what you need.
Which boot camp are you talking about? Blue Ridge?
They have one in New Mexico.
Oh, good.
Yeah. It's just a 1 day in Ruidoso in the mountains. Anyone's welcome to come join us. $40. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's gonna be great.
Where would you
I
fly
have
into
a
for that?
question for clarification for, so if you have someone, for instance, Jamal, Sharon, he fast tracked, express tracked, to, QSC, to Partner Plus and QSC in the same month, yet it's not valid until what?
The next month. It'll show up once payroll has run the next month. So like with this gal, that was in April, and it was just showing Partner Plus and not QSC. But I knew we had everything. I just emailed Stacy Whitmer because she's helping us because we don't have a regional director yet. So I emailed her to double check, and Cam, she's our person here in the West. And they said, yes, everything is correct. It just won't show up in the office until payroll has run in May. So May 6th, it showed up as QSC. And that was, I think, because it was in 1 month, like you're saying. But outside of that, I'm pretty sure it would show up like if they got QSC in their more of their 60-day window, I think that does show up ahead of time, if that makes
Okay.
sense.
Yeah.
A more real time.
Absolutely. The only thing is that okay, so if he did it in April, then it doesn't take place really until May. So that means he would not have expected the title rewards until June, or should he have received the title reward in
He
May?
should have received them in May for
We
May
thought
paycheck.
so.
If he completed the requirements in April. So if something's not right, definitely email your director.
I emailed Gloria, and well, actually I got her on the phone with her.
You can also see if it's correct on the back office under your payroll. It doesn't go into a ton of detail that I found, but it shows sales profit, retail commission, and then at the end it shows bonus. So you can
Mhm.
see whether or not that bonus is there.
Yeah.
I see Jamal in the back office as a QSC, Nalani. I just looked.
Yes, that's where I am now.
But yeah, I like that. Karen had me looking at my earnings summary this weekend because we weren't sure whether the Strive for Five was in there yet. And I guess they're mailing those because people are posting pictures with their Strive for Five.
No, I don't think they're mailing it because Brielle, it was in her paycheck.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure it's
sure?
in the paychecks. Yeah, because her paycheck was like
We
over
saw
$700.
we saw a Voxer come through that said it was going to be paid out in June.
Yes, I think some people got it for some reason and some didn't, or something. I don't know.
It was supposed to be paid out.
In May. I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
it's in the
mine came
paychecks.
through. They just they showed me how to go through, like
Oh.
when you click on your whatever it says in the back office, like to look at your
Commissions?
earnings. It's
Uh-huh.
the thing above that, the report center, where you can look at, like, it
Yeah.
breaks down your paycheck. And I was like, I don't understand why it's not here. And they said, well, it's not a bonus. Like, it's not like your partner plus or whatever
Title
bonus.
reward, right.
So it's just like in your
Well,
paycheck.
mine doesn't add up, is all I'm saying. So I still need to get
Need
with
to
Larry
check.
self.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so who had an event this weekend that they want to share what happened? Go ahead, Nalani.
I was at an event, actually I was a vendor at an event that a chiropractor had, was an outdoor event. It was lovely. There were 15 vendors and maybe 6 people from the outside came by. And though I made so many good connections with the vendors, and that's so it wasn't a wash at all. It always has value, because there are infinite possibilities. So that's what happened there, and several people are interested in coming to see tonight's event. So we'll see.
Right, you're having a product event or a business event tonight.
Business event, Monday and Friday, business, Wednesday, product.
And that's been a great rhythm for you.
Yes.
Awesome.
Because when they come, if they don't know, of course, you always mention the product and you show a few good things about it and say, now, when you come back on Wednesday, we're going to delve into it. But now we're talking about the company behind the product, and then vice versa. If they just
Yeah,
come
vice
and hear
versa,
about the
yes.
product, then we say, if you come on Friday, you'll hear about the company behind the product.
That's great.
So the challenge, of course, is having partners with guests. Partners come. Is having the partners realize. And one of the things, in answer to something that you said, Doug, that on the PowerPoint, it does the power of 3, wash, rinse, repeat, what you do, and it says educate. And I make a big deal of telling them that the way we educate is getting people in front of the information, get the information in front of people so we don't have to talk them into anything. That's not what we're doing. We're here to let you see the information and see if it makes sense to you. That's it. That's it, Sharon.
Okay, good. I was wondering if this is what you use.
That's the one.
There's the
And if you
power.
go down a little bit, down, right, simple system.
I love that.
It says you share your story, and I say, well, you do have a story. You know, I heard about Juice Plus from a friend, and I haven't had it yet, but I heard some good things about it. And then educate by inviting them to come and see what you saw. So that way you don't feel like you have to know everything. But I did take some advice from Doug and cut out some of the numbers. Some of
Yeah, I was thinking, I did.
yeah, I cut
somebody
out the
recently.
express track and fast track. All of that I cut out. And then went to reliable monthly income.
Mhm.
And so we'll see how
Yeah,
that.
because they haven't quite signed up yet. So to go into all,
Right, right.
Yeah.
It's a
No.
bit much.
because it's there and it's here and it's there, it's a lot of that. So it's not, people want to know, how can I do it? How does it fit with me? It's good to overcome any objections like, oh, I don't really know anyone, or I
Mhm.
don't know if I have time, you know, to address some of those while you're talking.
Right.
So, yeah, this
It's
is,
too bad, they don't have any of the, bullet points though, huh?
well,
Or,
so if you go under business, I don't think they do have my
I
bullet.
like I miss those slides where it's like the perfect business kind of a thing. Cause a
Well,
lot of
that's in the
people,
front.
oh, it is in there, good.
Right, it's not this one, but the first slide actually says, that, I explained that thousands of this one, did you know?
Oh, sorry.
Today's the third one, I'm sorry, it's the third one. Today's
Oh, yeah,
I
today's ideal business, that's really
right,
good.
and so I make it clear that where did these numbers come from? Where did these answers come from? Thousands of people were asked that question. And this is the top 7 responses that everybody says, these are the things that are important if you want an ideal business. So we go through all of that, and as far as leveraging and all of that, there are key words that I tell them to remember, because we're just talking in general here, but when we get to the Juice Plus company, those words will make more sense, because we've discussed it, as far as leverage, time, and of course, making the benefits package.
Mhm.
So
Should she
what time
take
is that
out?
event tonight, Nolani? And
8 p.m. I'll
tonight
put
and
my
Friday is business, Wednesday night is product.
right.
So just so you guys know, and probably what you were gonna say, Karen, was about the benefits package, or no? Or about the numbers?
No, the benefits package. I
Okay,
mean, I don't
so-
think it really matters so much,
So they're
but
gonna reword it. The company has been buying our benefits for us. They're now going to give us money for the benefits and we can go get it ourselves. It
Pretty
just
awesome,
became
because
so much that Cigna in particular kept raising the prices, raising, that it was just kind of getting astronomical. So instead they're giving an allowance, and they're working on that right now, all the verbiage around it and everything. Yeah, so there's that.
Yeah. I think too, it's important to stress the difference between a pyramid, that this is not and that we don't make a dime from recruiting. It's not a recruiting club where I make money off of my friends. It's nothing like that. And so I explain that.
hey, I want to give a shout out to Nolani. I think we can always be learning leadership lessons. And I want to encourage you guys, as soon as you have enough team where you have some type of a team chat or something. I was just looking in Nolani's to get that poster and paste it in here. I did put the poster in there if you want it, Melissa. But I'm looking at her team group, and she has a lot of really great stuff in there, and she reminds them of events. And thank you, Nolani, for reposting the newsletter. as well, so they know what
We're
all
not able to
events
add
are.
any more to Team Transformers Voxer. It's not letting me.
Oh, it's not letting, well, I mean,
Yeah, it's saying that it's full.
oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know that. I'll have to
so
look into that, Sharon, see what's going on there.
I think Voxer's like 5,000 people.
But,
You know
yeah,
that
I don't think so. That's the
I
first I'm hearing.
can't imagine.
I'll look into it.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's valuable, you know, and some I was thinking about this today because I know some people might get the wrong impression sometimes or just wonder. Like as you grow your team, it's kind of like, you know, there's a certain time that it makes the most sense to like add a spouse. You want to do it when it's the right time. You don't want to just say, I want to add a spouse. And for a while there was a big push where people were really into like creating their own teams, their own team names, which is nothing wrong with that. Um, but then creating their own Voxer chats, their own Facebook groups, and things like that. You just got to be careful what you want out of this business because I know sometimes people look on and they think, it's almost like a fear of success. Like, I don't know if I want to be an NMD. It looks like Doug and Sharon do so much, or look at Stacy Turner running around doing all that stuff. Well, you don't have to be NMDs like the way Stacy and we do it. Okay, because Stacy's kind of gone down a similar road as we have. We are all under Julie Herbst, and there just came a point where you start to know because you get these thoughts like, oh, I want to do something a little different, or oh, I wish I could do this, but it's not really my thing right now because I'm in the larger group. There is a time to break out when you start to realize you want to do more work, you want to have more responsibility because maybe it's something about your philosophy or your approach or some of your values that may not line up completely, and you just want your own identity. But it does take more work. It might just be something you have to make a personal decision on. Also, I know Stacy is a creative type. I'm a creative type. Like, I don't want somebody making all the posters for me, and I don't want somebody doing everything. I want to do some things. You know what I mean? So, like, that's some of the stuff I like. Well,
I
the
vouch
opposite
to
of
that.
go ahead, doctor.
Years ago, I had my own Facebook group. And then I realized that, for instance, Stacy didn't break away until she was national marketing director, right?
Yeah.
And then, so that's when I stopped using it and I shut it down
Yeah,
because
I don't think it's a good idea to break
Facebook
away
groups are really best
before,
integrative team.
because there's national marketing directors that are like, you know, 10 club. You know what I mean? I don't think they're in a position to really have their own organization. Like you definitely get less mentorship when you do break away. But keep in mind that you can also, I know NMDs that have been doing this for 25 years. They're, you know, 24 clubs at least, but they stay underneath their main NMD leader. Like maybe your NMDs are doing enough and you're like, I don't want to do all that crap. To be honest with you, we do that with conference. We don't like planning the awards thing. Julie does a great job, and it's our kind of like a family reunion time, so we stick with it. If we ever get big enough where the room is too small, we'll have to break off, but just make sure you make decisions for the right reasons. Because sometimes I see people break off and it's either too soon or they get overwhelmed and they get into management mode more than they should at the size of their business.
And Doug, it's kind of hard to know because I mean, I came back into the Facebook group with you guys. I even dissolved my Voxer chat for like my team and my team name. And it was hard because it's like you get to this point within leadership where you want to take it on, like you're saying, you want that. And I wanted to have a team name. I wanted to be seen as the leader of the team, and I was, but I had my own Facebook group. I wasn't posting in there. Nobody else was really using it. It had just kind of changed to where they weren't getting fed by anyone at that point, you know, and I felt like they were missing out on the leadership from you guys and with your, you know, lunch and learns and all. It was so much that was offered to them that I just felt like it was diluting my efforts. And so I dissolved them and came back in with you guys. So on the flip side, like Gloria has a team name, she has a team Voxer chat. she does use the bigger Vox or team Facebook group with you guys, but she has a very local team
Yes.
that they do a lot of local events that she needs a lot of, she needs more contact with those local people. She has few that are like outside of that group. So I have the opposite. Most of my team is not local to me. I've had a lot of people move. It's not contact with just people that are local. So I think it depends a little bit on what your team looks like as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm thankful for the bigger group that we can all be together. And it is kind of this odd, like, what's your team name, Stacy? I'm like, I don't even know. I just say we're part of Team Transformers, and I don't know. It just
You
doesn't mean
still
that
have your
much to
team
me.
name. Her team name was Team Take Action.
Right, but I don't identify with that. Like when somebody goes across the stage, I'm not telling them, say your team take action. Like they're like, who is that? What is that?
Oh,
Like,
everybody's always confused. They often say the wrong
It's
thing.
not,
It's
yeah,
fine.
you're not alone on that.
yeah. So I just don't worry about it so much anymore. And maybe at some point I will have a more local team that's way more involved, that will mean something, but it doesn't differentiate your leadership. Like having a
You
Absolutely.
can
team
be unique. I
or
mean, you're so unique, but yet, I mean, people know that you're a leader. It's not a question,
right, you're going to be known by your actions, not just the
Yeah.
name,
And
I guess. So
that's my
don't
main
worry
point, is that I
about-
don't want people to feel like in order to become an NMD, I'm going to have to take on all this stuff. And look at those project broadcasts Doug sends out in the newsletters, and they're doing lunch and learns all the time. And I have to do all that stuff. How am I going to do this? No.
we like doing those things.
Yeah, I was the only one on my planning session last night. It was Mother's Day, and I went on. Well, and then I got a text message. I logged off, but 5 minutes later, I get a text, of course, from Lisa. She's always on everything.
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, you're not doing it," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I logged off. Go hang out with your mama."
But you find the things you love as a
Exactly.
leader, and then you do those, and you excel in those, and then you can offer that to the greater team. Nalani's great about these business events, and she offers that to the rest of us. Like, you're going to have your strengths and you lean into those, and then you rely on the greater team to help fill the gaps of things you might not be as strong in.
Absolutely. All right, I'm gonna close up. I want to show you guys something, and we'll finish up here. And because I know we're streaming live. So do your renewals, Doug, clarify. What does that mean?
So, renewal of your business, they have not reminded us by email. So there's been kind of a glitch where the reminders never went out. Check your renewal date on the back office. If it's old, you need to really get that done. Renew your business, because they're going to hold paychecks of QSC and above. Partners and Partner Pluses up to March 31st, they're going to just renew automatically. But April on, they're not. So just check your renewal and make sure that you are renewed. And then we're going to be sending out a project broadcast, but I think everybody got an email from the company too. Did you guys get an email from the company directly to renew, basically? Check your renewals.
Yes. All right, so here's a cool thing we've been doing on Power Hour. I got this from Eric Worre last week or so. We did some kind of a training with him, but this kind of a new Power Hour format. I like to mix it up because most of us that do it at the 8 o'clock Eastern version, it's the same group of like 5 to 10 people. So we want to keep it fresh. So this one is really cool. You spend let's say you're working today, spend 15 to 30 minutes just literally working on your list. We'll just call it your list. Your CRM, your Teamsy, your spreadsheet, your Post-its that are everywhere. Just like organize those, think about them, and put them in order, and then add to it. Like just add a bunch of names of people you should reach out to. Like maybe go through your Facebook friends list. Most of it, you should have over 1,000 friends. If you don't, keep adding. But there's so many people that you already know that you've never talked to about Juice Plus. Okay, You don't even need to go meet anybody new, literally. You could just write down some names, you know? So work on the names, become very familiar with your list. It's one of the most valuable things you have because there's no way to replace it, you know? It's who you know. So make a list of people you'd like to reach out to, and then you spend the next 30 minutes or so of just having conversations. So it's a very simple power hour. We do about 25 minutes of list work, figuring out which events maybe we're going to invite to, maybe going through our Facebook list and figuring out who we really want to talk to. And notice here on the focus down here on the third bullet, he was encouraging us to think about building our business, you know, and the kind of people like look at Nalani Valentine, you know, look at Sharon Farrar, look at Melissa Hetrick, you know, all these names of Stacy Turner, the qualities of these people, you know, I think that's a pretty good list right here. They're ambitious, they're open-minded, they were dissatisfied with wherever they were at, so they wanted something different, and they're entrepreneurial. They think like business people, you know? And so you reach out for those kinds of people and you use a curiosity-based message or a voice note. Just reach out, invite to either an event or just invite to engage in conversation if you haven't been talking to them. And then as you follow up, then you invite to the event or third-party tools and whatnot. So just a little bit of a fresh way to do the power hour, but the power hour works, guys. I'm telling you, it really does work. So I want to encourage you to do that and have a great week. Hopefully we'll see you on some of these Zooms, and you can always reach out to us on Voxer because we're here to help you. All right.
Thank you.
See you guys later.
Thank you.
Sharon, you can stop your recording.
So the chiropractor, are you still there? No, you're gone. Gone.